Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great, staying safe and sane and healthy, and just everybody's getting along out there. Today I am in beautiful Goodlettsville, Tennessee. I wanted to come over here because it's a nice big empty parking lot. It's pretty close to where I live, so I just wanted to kind of come over here and, basically I've been getting a lot of questions on like crutch techniques and that kind of stuff, and basically how do you get around with your crutches so well, that kind of deal. A lot of new amputees, that kind of stuff, or they're seeing me move around with crutches and they're kind of getting curious themselves and they want to know a little bit more about it. So today what we're going to do is just work on some very basic simple steps, and I'm going to do a part 1 and a part 2 to this, and we're going to be covering today just your basic standard movement, your range of motion, that kind of deal. And with that, it'll help you get started a little bit better, and you'll have a little bit better balance and that kind of deal. So we're going to step over here to the grass, and we'll get started on just general basic walking, just working on your stride and getting everything down the way that it should be. So give me 1 second, we'll move over to the grass. Now, what you want to do is you want to be able, when you stand with your forearm crutches, you want to be able to stand with your arms comfortably. You don't want to stand like all the way down to your side, because you have no range to push up with at all. So what you're going to want to do is have your forearm crutches adjusted to where they come up just where your arms stay slightly bent. So just however tall you are, you can maybe look at the recommended specs or whatever you want to do, but I recommend just kind of trying out different ways and different methods of doing it. So there you go. We're going to start with our general stride, and I'm going to show you a little bit how I do it, and that kind of stuff. Basically, at first, before we get started at all, I want you guys to understand that you have to really work on your balance first and foremost. Before you do anything else, you got to really work on that balance and make sure that everything is working like it should be and doing like it should. So first and foremost, you need to be able to stand for at least 30 seconds with your hands like this, completely unassisted. Now, when you get to that point, I'm not going to stand for 30 seconds, but when you get to that point, you can definitely, it makes things a lot easier for you. Your style of crutches, the crutches you use, that kind of thing, it doesn't matter. They're all pretty much the same. They just some have cooler features than others and that kind of thing. Springier feet, some have actual suspension on them, that kind of stuff. So it really doesn't matter as far as that goes. But we are going to work on our stride. So what we're going to do is you're going to start, never go out like this, never step way out. What you're going to want to do is right out in front of you, about the length that your normal foot is going to go, and then from there, swing with your knee down, aim your foot out and across, and from there, bend with your knee up, swing across. Now, going fast, it looks like this. Okay. So when you get ready to turn, you're going to want to head like this. Take it to your side like this, to where you can lean on them, and turn. And there you go. Now, you're going to repeat that process as many times as you like until your foot starts to get tired. Now remember, you're going to go dip in with your knee, straight across, out in front of you, dip in with your knee, cross, out in front of you. So just stay just like that. Stay very consistent with it. I just found out And there you go. So that is your basic walking, just your general getting around, that kind of thing. Now we're going to work on 3 different things today, and that's going to be part 1. So that right there was just your general steps. Remember, just to take your canes, put them out in front of you, straight out like this, lean in with that knee, out, straighten your body out, bird chest, pick them up. When you have your crutches like this mid-transit, that's when it's important to work on your balance. That's when having that balance on that one foot is very key. Going backwards, step back, same thing. Lean your body back like this with your butt out. Step your foot back. Okay? We're going to get to going backwards here in a second. Now, that is your basic stride. Okay? So now what we're going to work on is your side to side, moving out of people's way. Say if you're in a mall, something like that. All right, you're going to have to get out of people's way. People are going to constantly be like, you know, they're not as forgiving for the handicap as one might think. So you're going to have to learn to pivot, you know, to juke and jive a little bit with, you know, with your crutches. So obviously you're not going to be staying on them long, but you know, the time that you are going to be on them, you are going to have to be able to maneuver around just like you would be walking. So we're going to work on our side to side. Okay, what you're going to do, take your crutches. You're going to want to start like we're going to do left and a right. Take your crutch, stick it out like this. Take it, stick this one in front of you. Now, lean, pick up your leg, and over. All right? And over. Now, going to the left, same thing. Over. 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 So, you'll get it down, and you'll get good at it. It's very, very basic, very simple. And, you know, it's definitely something that's going to be useful to anybody that's not only an amputee, but people that have to use forearm crutches on a, you know, regular basis. So there you go. Okay, these are your basic movements for how I get up on curbs. Now, curbs, steps, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. There's a couple different ways you can do it. Now, you can, yeah, okay. Now, this is how I do curbs. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do it, a couple different methods that you can do it, where you can put your crutches up on it like this, and then, or you can leap forward with your body, and then pull your crutches up after. What I suggest, if you're starting out, just starting to learn how to do this, what you want to do is stick your arms up on it like this and launch forward like that. And from there, the same technique with your walking that we've worked on before. Now, pivot, turn around. Now, you're going to step back down. What we're going to do is go forward, lean your leg, sorry, like you're sticking your leg down, and then from there, step forward and walk away. Now, we're going to go through that, and we'll scoot up a little closer so you guys can actually see me. Okay, so we're going to do it both ways, where you step this way, and then bring your leg up. Okay, now, stepping down, same thing. You can step down first, like this, or, and then bring your crutches after, or what you can do, don't try that, don't try going backwards just yet, we'll work on that later. What you can do, and what I recommend for newbies, Stick your arms out like that, lean in, drop down, and walk away. So there you go. Those are your basic crutch techniques. The 3 basics for getting around for when you're brand new. Remember, when you're walking, always dip those shoulders, dip those shoulders, dip those shoulders every single time. You may feel like you're doing something funny or you look weird or whatever. Trust me, it works. It works. It's very, very important. If not, what will happen is your arms will get very, very fatigued and you'll get very worn out super fast. So basically what you're going to have to do is mimic the same motion of you walking. So once you get those steps down, we're going to move on to part 2. I have yet to record part 2, but when we do record part 2, you guys will definitely be seeing that when it comes out. And yeah, we'll definitely work more on advanced stuff as far as like maybe getting up steps. Let's see, I'm gonna make a list of stuff that we need to work on as far as advanced crutch using. So there we go. Okay, so there you go. There's some basic forearm crutches exercises for you guys to get started on with my new amputees, or people that are just going to have to be walking on forearm crutches for an extended period of time. You know, it's something that's going to benefit everybody as far as, you know, helping you get around and stuff like that, because the people that are new amputees, I don't think quite understand or quite realize that, you know, these are going to be with you pretty much the rest of your life. You know, you're going to have some kind of mobile device to get around. So being really good with your forearm crutches and being able to get around is, you know, it's key. It's going to get you a long way, you know, and, you know, no pun intended. But, you know, and you don't have to use forearm crutches. That's just what I choose to use. That's what I prefer. I feel I have more mobility. I can get around a lot easier. I don't have something like jammed up underneath my underarms that's like constricting my way of walking. So I don't really prefer to use underarm crutches. To those that do, hey, if it works for you, go with it. That's the best thing I can tell you, is if it works for you, please, by all means, keep using them. But for the people that choose to use forearm crutches and people that, you know, want to use those to get around as your permanent aid, you know, when you're at home, or, you know, or your leg's messed up or something that day and you can't really wear your leg or something like that, then, you know, these steps right here are really going to help you. And they're going to, you know, get you a little bit further along than you would if you were just, you know, learning how to do it on your own and going it by yourself, you know. So that's what I try to do, is help you guys as much as possible. Anybody that needs it, you know, I try to be, you know, as helpful as I can with demonstrating products, that kind of thing, and just showing you basically what they are, what they look like, you know, how they come when they're brand new, you know, how to use them, all that stuff. So, you know, yeah, so there we go. You know, there's your basic forearm crutch techniques. Work on those 3 steps, which are your basic stride all the way across, and then your side to side. Work on that, your juke and jive, if you will, and your curb. So work on your curbs and that kind of stuff. Like I said, there's 2 different methods I showed you guys. Work on either one of those and, you know, figure out which one works best for you. That's the best way I can describe it, or best way I can, you know, tell you. If you want to put your crutches up first and then jump up with your foot, that's fine. If you want to leave your crutches on the ground and then jump up with your foot and then pull your crutches up behind you, that works as well. Going down the curb, same exact thing. So in part 2, we're going to work on steps. We're going to work on going up and down steps. We're going to work on getting up off the ground. So that'll definitely be one. Say if you fall, you know, how to get up off the ground, that kind of thing, using your crutches. and just kind of showing you a little bit how useful they are, as well as going into a store or something like that and being able to hold a door. I'll show you how to do that as well, and just show you a little bit, you know, more tips and tricks on how to do that, as well as going backwards. Like I said, we didn't work on going backwards in this video, even though I said we're going to. I was like, yeah, I'm going to show you how to work on that. We'll do that in a second. Well, I felt that was a little bit more advanced, so I decided to hold off on it, and we're going to do that in part 2. So we will work on part 2, going backwards in part 2. So have no fear. There you go. I need to still put that one together, so let me get busy working on that one, and it'll be out just as soon as I can get it out. And yeah, having said that, Operation 1 Mile is a go. We're still good there. Everything's good. We're I've been training, going back and forth every day, doing my thing. We have a new sponsor that we're picked up, and again, not allowed to say what it is yet, but that's coming soon. So stick around for that. And other than that, I want to thank Van Shoes. I want to thank Bulow Prosthetics. I want to thank Taggart and Torrance Podcast. I want to thank Major's Mess Hall Podcast. Without you guys, this would not be fucking possible at all. So thank you very much. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for always coming to the channel and just being your amazing selves. I love you guys so much. Stay happy, safe, sane, positive, motivated. Please like, share, subscribe, share it out, notify yourself, all that good stuff. Anything you got to do. So, having said that, I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.